Hi, my name is Michael Nutt, and I'll be interviewing both our vice principal and head high school football coach, Mr. Reents. Good to have you here, sir.
It is a pleasure to be here.
All right, so first question. How hard is it to be both a vice principal and head football coach?
It does take a lot. There's no doubt about that, especially during the fall. I probably need to rely on, I do know, I rely on Mr. Moppin a lot because he has to help me out in certain situations, particularly if something happens, after school, I got to get to practice. Now, I will say, there's times I have to, first and foremost, you're assistant principal, so if something would happen, I got to deal with it. But there are some minor things that Mr. Moppin helps out a lot with during the fall. It's a balancing act sometimes. But I think because of the help that I have here between Mr. Moppin and our secretaries here, I'm able to do that. So I'm very happy about that.
All right, next question. What's your favorite part about being a football coach?
Oh, being around the kids, being around the players, watching them improve from point A to point B, not only during the season, but seeing them improve from freshman year to senior year. Also, to teach values, to teach things along the lines of teamwork, dedication, what hard work means, but also be a great teammate. Pick up your teammates when they're a little bit down, celebrate with them when things go well. But I also love being around my coaches. It's something that has worked very well together for a long time, and hopefully we can keep it going here.
All right, well, what about that same question about being a vice principal?
As far as what now, Mike?
As far as like, what's your favorite thing about being a vice principal?
Vice principal, a little bit, Mike, there's a lot of similarities. I like seeing the kids grow from freshman year to senior year. I like working with our teachers. I think we have a great staff here at Wilmington High School, and it's good to work with them to see what's best for our kids. Sometimes I got to make tough decisions, and I got to hand out the discipline. That's the tough part of being assistant principal, but sometimes you got to do that. But overall, I would say the biggest thing is, again, being around the students and being around our staff.
All right. What made you want to be a football coach of all things?
I really enjoyed playing in high school, and I played in college, and I just really not only liked the camaraderie between the players, but I liked Xing and Oing, meaning trying to figure out the best plays for a situation, figuring out what's the best defense for a situation. And so, I got into it a little bit after college, was an assistant coach at Joliet Junior College, and then I had the opportunity to be the head coach here at Wilmington. So I was very fortunate to have an opportunity to be a head coach at age 24. And so I took that opportunity, and it's been great ever since.
All right. What is your favorite memory about being head coach at Wilmington High School?
Boy, it's really tough to narrow it down to one. A couple that right off the top of my head, obviously winning the state championship is something I always remember. But I think I can take probably, I have a lot of different memories every year. Every year there's a little different team, and so you see how well they do. Even some of our teams that some people say, you only went 6-4. I think we have just as many great memories from those years as you do from the years that you go undefeated or you go to the quarterfinals. But being in it now 26 years, Mike, boy, there's a lot of great memories. And so it's probably tough to narrow it down to one, but obviously winning the state championship was something that really comes to my mind there.
And saying that, you've answered my next question. How long have you been a football coach for?
Yeah, so just like I said before, right out of college, I was at Joliet Junior for 2 years. My second year at Joliet Junior, I was the PE teacher at the middle school.
Really?
Yeah. And so after that second year, then Howie Becker retired, a longtime coach here, and they asked me, hey, would you like to be the head football coach? And so I took it, and I'll be honest, Mike, when I first took it, I thought to myself, well, we'll see how it goes for a couple years. And sure enough, Mike, 27 or 26 years later, I'm still the head football coach, so things have gone very well.
All right. That's all the questions we got.
All right, Mike, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me, man.
No problem at all, sir.